Hello, everybody. I'm Jennifer Rose, and welcome to Love Connects on SPTV. I hope you all are doing well and having a wonderful afternoon or evening this fine Tuesday. Very happy to be here with all of you here today. Couple of quick announcements, if you wouldn't mind hearting the show and putting some comments in and sharing, tagging, and subscribing to the YouTube channel on SPTV and the SBTV app. And don't forget to follow over on TikTok as well. Sir Richard over here in the background, the producer, does all of this from the kindness of his heart for everybody so they can keep growing and coming together within the spiritual community. So that's just a lovely way to give back. So hope you are all doing well here today. And Richard, I am not seeing the comments yet, if you want to throw those in for me. So beautiful day to everybody. We're getting close to summer solstice. A lot of people are going to be traveling and getting to a lot of new changes and new beginnings. Hi, Daniela. Thanks for comments. It's good to see you. That's Miss Daniela from the School of Conscious Evolution, a very beautiful soul indeed. So great to see you. Hi, Terry Louise. How are you? Great to see you too. Hi, Sarah. Oh, I love the little cherry blossoms in your background. Nice to see you, Sarah. Hi, Helen. How are you doing? Nice to see you again. Hi, Sarah. Evening to you, darling. Good to see you. Hi, Holly. So happy, like everybody's joining. Boy, we have a lot of feminine energy here today. Hi, Sandra. Love the cosmos in your background. Good to see you. Hi, Miss Jennifer. How are you doing, love? Hi, Julie. Okay. That's okay, Julie. We're just happy you're here, Julie. Yeah, we don't want stars, so that's okay. We're just hoping if you can give a little heart or share to your a page or a group or something like that, or just subscribe. But we're just happy you're here most of all. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? Hello, Fran. Well, love you, you too, darling. Thank you, Miss Fran. Fran is the fairy queen, we call her. Oh, so nice to see you. And hello, Cheryl. Nice to see you. Love the angels. Hi, darling. Very good to see you. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you doing? Oh, I love your beautiful horse. Beautiful. Hi, Jacqueline. Very nice to see you. Okay. Hi, Gina. Yes, the spirits are here indeed. Nice to see you, Gina. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right, great. So I know Jennifer's here, and Jennifer, if you could give me a little, let me know if you're still here. Oh, thank you, Helen. See, it's just normal to me, but when I hear your accent, I get excited. I love yours too. So to me, I just sound like me, but thank you very much for the compliment. Okay, good, Jennifer. So, Jennifer, I know from last week from a previous show that you were on, I know that today is a special day for your husband who's in spirit, that this is your anniversary. And I know we also had Father's Day recently. So a lot of people were missing their dads, but also missing the father of their children as well over in spirit. And some people may be just separated from their gentlemen that they love here, that are in the living from their dads or from the dads of their children too, and not able to spend that time with them on Sunday. So there's been a little bit of like some grief and some heart emotions that have been coming forward these last couple of days. If people have been really honoring the father energy, and but with that, with Jennifer, I picked something out for you that I felt guided to by your husband in spirit too. It's just a little quote from the Nicholas Sparks movie from The Notebook, and I do felt that he wanted you to hear it today. And but he also wanted anybody who is thinking of their love to hear it too, because he's quite the romantic. And I know from him coming in nice and close to me right now that you had very much of a beautiful soulmate relationship. So it was a very deep love, and that you came together like stars in the night twinkling, as he tells me. So he's quite the romantic gentleman, I have to say. So this is for you, Jennifer, and all the other people, all the other ladies, everybody who is thinking about their love. So here you go, Jennifer. So I'm just going to move this over so I can look at it straight. Yeah, I need my glasses. Okay, here we go. Poets often describe love as an emotion that we can't control, one that overwhelms logic and common sense. That's what it was like for me. I didn't plan on falling in love with you, and I doubt if you planned on falling in love with me. But once we met, it was clear that neither of us could control what was happening to us. We fell in love despite our differences, and once we did, something rare and beautiful was created. For me, love like that has happened only once, and that's why every minute we spent together has been seared in my memory. I'll never forget a single moment of it. And that's from Nicholas Sparks in the Notebook. So I felt guided to read that for you, Jennifer. I hope that brings you some love and some comfort. And if you would allow me, I'd love to see if we can get some more message from him as well, if that's okay for you. Because I've been thinking about you all morning because he's been, I know my love, he's been close by, and I know that he wanted to make a connection for you too. I know also that he was very much around you these last few days. I know that you have been celebrating him. I know that there's been a stillness in the home as well. So there's been a lot of love and there's been a stillness. I know I want to honor the children too as he comes closer to me. You're very welcome, Jennifer. I want to honor the children as he comes closer to me. I know that you put arms around them, and I know you made it special for the kids to remember Dad by on Sunday and yesterday and today. So I know this is a very special few days for you as well. I know also he remarks to me about what a strong, incredible woman you are to be holding space for your children at this time when you two are missing him so much. Because, sorry, I'm going to try to keep it together. You know me, I'm a romantic, so I get all, whew. um, um, but he lets me know that in the quiet times when the kids are asleep, you know that he's there with you and he's doing this. I would not be surprised if you feel a little breeze against your cheek or a little stroke of the hair because he's doing that and he's giving you a gentle kiss. He tries not to startle you, but I know that this is important to let you know that he's there in those moments where you're on your own thinking about him and when everything else is quiet. I know sometimes you move off into a little bit of a daydream when you're doing other things and you stop and you think of him and you're wondering, was that him? Is he here with me? And he says, yes, that's me. That's just me coming in to let you know I'm here and with you. He lets me know that he has done a beautiful healing since coming into spirit as well, and he's very much renewed. He gives me the symbol of renewal from him, so he wants you to know that he's okay and that he's doing well, but he's very much around you and the family and the extended family as well, because he's a very dutiful husband and father. I have to tell you, Jennifer, stay with me if all this is making sense, my love. um, I also know he shows me a beautiful ladybug. I know in the UK you call them ladybirds, but um, he shows me a beautiful ladybug. So would you understand that, Jennifer, either seeing one or having one land on your hand? Because he points to my hand like this and just rubs it like this. So he's touching your hand, but just look out for the ladybug if you would. Yes, yes, thank you. I appreciate that, Jennifer. Please look out for the ladybug because I see that very, very clearly, and that's a special sign from him as well too. He shows me the champagne glasses clinking together regarding your anniversary. So I know that he was very much present with you and holding you at this time. He wants to give you a beautiful bouquet of sunflowers to bring sunshine and light to your life too. But then he also brings the roses for you as well, for the love, for the romance, and for the connection. I know he is working kind of diligently on your behalf behind the scenes to help you move forward in life, and keep things moving and keep things moving. Him and the angels bring you heart healing. So I know this is to be very important that you have been receiving regular heart healings from spirit, from him and all of your angels. I know this is to be very important as well. I know you've been looking at things that were his and things that you shared. Okay. Oh, you got, oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Thank you for validating that too. That's so beautiful. So you know that that was him. Oh my gosh, that is so incredible, beautiful. And then Jennifer, I also know that he's letting me know that you've been you've been touching things that belong to him, and that belong to the two of you, just looking at them, in the memory and in the nostalgia. And I know it like, whew, it takes your breath away a little bit, he shows me. So I know this to be very, very important too. Would you understand, Jennifer, you've taken a recent family outing? I feel like this is something you already took, a family outing that happened. I don't feel like it's a future one. I feel like it's one you recently took, and that he was there with you. Okay, you've been working on the heart and the throat chakra here too. So they are definitely bringing that healing for you too. That's the pink and the blue, my love. So, and look at the colors I wore. So there you go. That's the pink and the blue. It's sometimes it's difficult. We can hold in our emotions a little bit, and we're not able to speak things out the way we want to. But he shows me, he's like doing this. He's doing this. He's like, it's all good, my love. It's all good. This is all good. You're okay. He's like, you're okay. I have you. I have you. I've got you. And he says, you can speak to him. So if it's hard to speak to another person, or if it's hard to write things down, you can talk to him, even if it's in your mind and you're still communicating, you're still working that out. Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And that is so beautiful. And it makes him happy. He smiles, and it's like there's little glitter that comes down around you because of the joy and the love that he has for you when you're having those moments. So please know you're not alone when you're watching the videos and you're holding his ring, that he is absolutely there with you. And boy, what a romantic man, because he picked that out for you today for me to read for you too. But he wanted to make sure that, all the people that are missing their love got to hear it too, to know that they're thought of, because he's like, there's a lot of people up here that know that somebody is missing them. And so he's done a great, really, really great job. And Jennifer, would you also understand a dog that he's acknowledging, a family dog that I'm feeling like, um, I'm not feeling like it's a dog in spirit. I'm feeling like it's the dog here that he's wanting to acknowledge. So if you're able to validate that in the trip, if you can't, that's okay. But I just want to give you everything that he's giving me as well too. You're very welcome. It's my honor to and I'm happy and delighted to be able to give this message for you here today. It means a lot to me. So just know it's a bigger gift for me too. Like, I always love to do what I do, and to bring people together in a very healing and compassionate and loving way. So it's the beauty that everybody here is getting to witness, this love between you and your family too. I let you know also that he will continue to be very close by your side, really forever. I mean, I don't see it, I don't see it in a sense of like, I'm going to stay close by for a little while longer. It's like, no, it's he's always going to be by your side. Your intuition has been very heightened and opened up as a result of the challenging experience. Okay, so it's the German Shepherd in spirit, and you have her son here. He was 10 last week. Okay, so there's two dogs. Okay, thank you too, because he was acknowledging the dog. Thank you for helping me to clarify that. I appreciate you too. But he really loved the dog, right? He must have really been a dog person, because he brought that in very strongly with the dog. You're very grateful too, and he knows, and that's why he knocked on my little door this morning. He's been with me, and I've been feeling all of the emotion of that too. So it's been quite a moment, or I want to say a morning with a lot of spirit around me, and a lot of still quiet presence around me as well too. I see a beautiful flowing ocean for you as well, Jennifer too. So I know he brings some peace and calm to the emotions for you too. So I hope that this will help your nervous system to just kind of have a little bit of a rest. Take a nice deep breath, because he's like, breathe with me. We breathe together. Together we breathe. I know that you hold your breath sometimes, and you forget to breathe sometimes, because you're trying so hard and you've got so much going on. And he says, together we breathe together. We breathe together. Yes, he loved the dogs. He passed 18 months after a dog. Yes, 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 yes. I've got chills with that. So he's validating that that's yes too. And now I am able to see the two. So thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. And I need let's see what else I'm going to tell you. One more thing here. I'm sorry, I apologize. I lost my track of thought there too. But what I wanted to say is there's just been a beautiful presence this morning, a very still, quiet presence. There we go, the ocean waves. He brought it back for me. He was a doll. He was a doll to bring it back. So there's a calming of the emotion with the gentle ocean waves that's going in there too. So he brings that peace and calm. He shows me blue skies, and he very much hopes that you and the family and the kids will keep enjoying simple, happy times together. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't have to be this big trip to an amusement park, but a little picnic at the park or something like that, or just a little walk with the dog, those kinds of things. Simple family moments, reading a book together, watching a movie, those kinds of things. And I assure you, he will be there. He shows me the beautiful infinity sign of eternal love. And I'm so, so grateful and honored to be able to read for you and your soulmate. He is your eternal. It's very quite beautiful. And he says, look at the stars, look how they shine for you and all the things that we do. And yes, I know, my darling. And that's why he says, breathe with me. So when you have that happening, remember he's here with you. And breathe together. You share the heartbeat, you share the breath, you share the love, and he'll be helping you breathe with you. There you go. There you go. You got it. There you go. You got it. He brings the purple violet light around you too, letting me know about your opening. So please believe it when you feel him around you, because he absolutely is. Your own intuition has really kind of, I don't say blasted open or blossomed open for you too. And so he just wants to validate that you can see, feel, and hear him. And that will keep increasing as you go. Okay, my love. I also want to give you the Unchained Melody song too, as a symbol of his love for your anniversary. And then to see if there's anything else. And then in addition to the bouquets of flower, he just hands you a beautiful pink rose, and he gives you a kiss, and he says, I'm standing by. I'm right here with you, and I'll never leave you, baby. So you're very welcome. Oh, that was one of your songs by Coldplay. Yeah, isn't that a beautiful one? It is. I've got chills all over, Jennifer. So I just want to thank you for trusting me with him to connect with you here today and letting me do that for you. So it was an honor. So um, everybody here too, if we could all hold space for Jennifer on a special day, and for each other, because I know there's other people here that are missing people or going through a hard time. And so if in the comments you're able to hold space for each other and give each other love, it just makes for everything so much more beautiful. So thank you, Jennifer. I'm going to leave you with his love, and all my love to you as well. Okay, thanks. Okay. Oh, pink roses from the garden. Oh, you're very, very welcome. You're very, very welcome, my love. Okay, that made me very happy. Okay, Mr. Richard, if you could let me know who else is here too. Ah, that just made my day. Hi, Jody. Nice to see you, love. Thank you for being here. You have such a happy spirit to you. Look at you. Okay. All right. Holly, let me see here. Um, okay. Glad I'm here first. I have been in no contact with somebody named A, and you're thinking about leaving. I don't know if this is what I should do. Does Spirit have any clarity for me too? Um, okay, Jennifer. So I'm going to tune in and see if I can help you. This is a Jennifer day. Look at this too. Okay. Is A the initial of your partner that you've been in no contact with too? And if you don't want to answer, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I had clarity on your question too. So I'm going to tune into Spirit and see what they have for me. They're telling me that you already know what to do, but you're kind of like juggling different ways of looking at the situation, and you're kind of really looking at it very like logically. Yes, Alonzo. Okay, my love, thank you. And I'm so sorry that you're having to go through this difficult relationship. Relationships are a lot of work, and they're full of love and brightness too, but they can get difficult too. So let me see what Spirit can help me with for you. But what they're telling me is that you're really thinking a lot about the situation, and you're kind of like doing pros and cons and things of this, if that makes sense too. My question for you, Holly, as Spirit wants to bring through me for you. My question is, does the no contact make you feel better? Do you feel relief from that? Do you feel like a breath of sigh? Or is it something different from that? Has it been helping you to be in your own energy? Okay. You also lost your husband a few years ago. You love life has been hard. Yeah, I'm so sorry, my love. Um, so my question for you too, and we'll see if maybe your husband can show up for you here too today, and just keep with me in the comments. So I just want to make sure I'm on track with you, Holly. So my question is since you've been in this no contact situation, um, do you feel better? Does it help you feel relief? Do you feel like you're more in your own energy and you want to move forward? Or is it something different and you feel like something's not said or unfinished too? I know not no contact is you weave in and out of the thoughts. Yeah, I understand, Holly. I know no contact is very popular right now out there in the advice that people are getting, and sometimes that is appropriate. But I also know that, especially if there's situations of abuse and what I want to say is uh, emotional and manipulative behavior, those things like that, those would warrant to have no contact situations. But sometimes I will tell people they're like, I'm in this relationship and I've gone no contact, but I want to say happy birthday. And I'm like, say to them, you know what? Does it have to be all or none? Can you have a situation where you're in mostly no contact, but you can still say happy birthday to that person to let them know you're in your thoughts? And then the trick with that is, Polly, is to not be okay with the answer that you may or may not get, because sometimes they may not answer you back. And we have to be okay with that before we put in a message like that too. So, but it doesn't always have to be all or none, because I know out there in the relationship world, people tend to get really on different sides of the spectrum and they forget there's all this middle in between too. Okay. So I want to give you those things too. My question for you, if you can, and you don't have to answer me, but you can answer this to yourself, to your heart, to your soul, is do you feel better? Okay, you do, but your circumstances are different. I think I came along in the wrong time. So, and that's okay, Holly. Um, from a spiritual perspective, yes, lots of middle. Okay, thank you, love. From a spiritual perspective, um, nothing really is ever gone wrong, if that makes sense, because there's a reason for everything that happens. And love is a force that is stronger than like our own personalities and minds sometimes. So if the soul of us, the higher self of us, is wanting to learn certain lessons or have certain experience to help you grow in your awareness, in your know thyself process, in your understanding of love, it can bring relationships together so you can have those experiences. And to the soul, this is a very sacred process that the soul is very grateful for. But also understanding that here we are personalities, it can be very painful and it can be very difficult. So I know that can be very, very hard and to go through as well too. So Spirit is telling me that you really already know the answer and that you're feeling a pull in one direction more than the other direction, and it's going to take you where you need to go. So they're kind of telling me step by step, day by day, and that's going to help you get there. So we're going to keep the logical thinking, but remember the mind wants to protect the heart. So the mind also wants to keep you from like looking silly or embarrassing yourself and things like that. And sometimes what can be disguised as like what can be thought of as logic or reasoning or doubt or these kinds of things can sometimes be our own fears, and they come across that way. I'm not saying it's that way with you. I'm just saying that can happen sometimes, that we can be so certain it's one way, and that was driven by whatever is going on behind the scenes in our psychological makeup, so to speak, which is also very spiritual, whatever is driving that too. So that's why it's really good to work on your know thyself process, taking this time for you, Holly. That's what I'm hearing, taking time for you, to really take some breath, to really kind of like integrate parts of self, do lots of self love for you, and then be with people in your life who you know are like in your team, who have your back, who give you love, where it's a very open system of love, because in general we want our relationships to be a very open exchange of love where you can communicate, where there's not all of this, like games being played and things like that. So we want this nice openness. It does feel a bit, Holly, and I'm because again the decision you make is yours and spirit is very clear about this. Okay, thank you. You taking your Reiki classes, you would lose some people because it it elevates you in a different direction, and that's not bad and it's not wrong. It's perfectly okay that those things happen because as you change and grow, you will. Some people will take a step back, and new people will take a step in for you, right? So communication is really like it's so important, Holly. Um, think of it this way: you can't build a house without a foundation, and so that's why communication is so important. So you can do a lot for yourself with counseling or with books or finding really good sources of information that will teach you about you and how you communicate and ways that you can communicate as well to improve either your existing relationships or future relationships. I hope this is helpful. But without good communication, it's like building a house, on top of mud or something. You just can't. It's really, really important, but it's something almost everybody struggles with. So just know, like, this is like part of being human. So that's why making a conscious effort within yourself to say, where can I find resources of information that will help me to continue growing, that will help me to communicate for myself effectively with the people that are in my life, so that we can all keep like growing together. With that, Holly, I would like to, with your husband in spirit too. I just feel him wanting to give you a big warm hug and put that blanket of love around you too, to let you know that he supports you. He puts a lot of beautiful red around you too, and so it's a very loving, passionate color. But he also wants to make sure that it's important that you feel safe. It's important that you feel secure, and it's important that you feel like you are, valued, honored, and respected. And these are important things. This is what he wants for you. And pretty he's pretty strong about this, Holly, that he wants you to have the best. And he's talking about just kind of being firmly planted in the ground right now, and that is going to help you kind of have a clearer picture of where to go next. It's never easy to break relationships because there's grief involved with that, and so that's why it's very important to hold yourself in that grief. Seek out support from friends or from a grief counselor, so that you have help with that process, because it can very much put you in a dark night of the soul, especially since you're on the spiritual path and you're doing Reiki, that you have to kind of go through that grieving process. It's not easy to do. I understand that as well. So this is where some self-healing with your Reiki could come in handy too, or with your friends who do Reiki, that you could be the receiver of that too. You're very, very welcome from him. And let me see here. He wants to just take you out into like a beautiful field of daisies where you can just kind of be a free spirit again. Does that make sense, Holly? He just wants to take you like holding hands where you're like frolicking in this big field of daisies where you can just feel like a free spirit and just breathe and just be in your joy and feel your inner child, because the two of you had laughed together. You could laugh together, you could joke around together, and you could feel like kids together. And that's love. He says that's love right there too. He's very supportive of you though in moving forward and having a new loving relationship. So I hope that's helpful for you, Holly. I want to thank you for being here today. There's a lot of support around you, a lot of love and support. So I'm going to thank you. I want to thank you for trusting me with your message here today. All right. I will leave you with that. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Richard. Yeah, a little sip of water here. Okay. 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 We're just getting the comments rolling again. Okay. Hi, Nancy. How you doing, girlfriend? Nancy's one of my angel friends. She's on Team Angel, runs my Sunday service. Thanks for coming, Nancy. Good to see you. Kisses to you too, darling. Okay. Hi, Julie. Okay. Um, Hi, El Marie. And I'm just going to see who I'm drawn to. Okay. Hi, Mel. Want to say saying hi to everybody, and then I'm just going to see who I am drawn to, and I will get to the next message. Hi, Natasha. I just want to make sure I acknowledge of you. Hi, Natalie. Good to see you. Okay. Hello, Miss Amy. I'm actually going to come to Amy. You still here, darling? Okay. Amy, I'm going to give you hold on, honey. I'm going to give you a card. This is for you. This is from your husband in spirit too. It's the hummingbird from him too, because he just drew me to that and he wants you to see it. He says, you are meant to be even greater than you are. So he is bringing you, helping you to come to what I want to say is soaring to new hearts, because it says soar right here, and he brings you that color. So I know you've been seeing hummingbirds, and I know you've been seeing other symbols from spirit. I know it's to be very important for you, Amy. I know he's been very much by your side. I know that on Father's Day that you were missing him and you were thinking about him as well. And I know that he was very much present around the family as well too. He brings me to Sunday night right before you go to bed and lets me know that he was really trying to um, caress you and give you love to help you have a peaceful sleep as well, so that you could have sweet dreams. I know that's very important. I feel him whispering in your ear, sweet dreams, sweet dreams, sweet dreams. So I know that's very important that I need to give you that, Amy, today as your husband comes through for you too. He also gives you a beautiful red heart. He also gives me the 333 and the 888 for you too. So I know you're seeing the numbers in triples because you've had a spiritual awakening. So he gives me the eights. He's giving me a lot of eights. Actually, I'm getting like multiple eights for you. So I know this would be very important. Remember, eight is infinity turned sideways. And so this is very much of a moving forward number for you too. Excuse me, Amy. I know that there's somebody with a throat condition that's been coughing or had a tickle in the throat or allergies, because he's bringing me that to my attention for you too, letting you know he's bringing some healing to you too. Wants you to get a vacation this summer if you're able to do that, my love. I'm feeling like a trip to the lake or something would be beautiful for you, a trip to the water. So I hope this is helping. Yeah, I know you did. He felt you too. See, it goes this way, love too. A trip to the water, I'm feeling like a lake or the ocean or something would be very helpful for you too, that he wants to bring forward also as well. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So he's giving you that validation. It's going to keep happening. It's going to keep happening. You're seeing a lot of synchronicities and things happening left and right, and he's just validating that you're not making it up. That it's very much correct, because you're starting to see the synchronization of all of the universal events that happen. So I know that to be very important too. He brings me to your wedding ring, letting me know the eternal love is always there between the two of you as well, right? So he's always there with you. Here, he comes in very gentle. So if you understanding me, perhaps there's been a little bit of anxiety or a little bit of heart healing that's been needed, because he's coming in extra gentle right now, extra gentle. I know he's been loving on all of the kids, the grandkids, and the extended family as well. He's kind of like around, he's very, what I want to say is like protective as well too, because he shows me just kind of like being around the perimeter of the home. So he lets you know he's like still doing his job as like husband and dad to like keep the home safe, you know. So he's like around the perimeter, like just kind of like watching out, making sure everything's good. So I want to give you that as well, Amy, too. But so much love from him for you here today, too. And that was, I'm so happy to see him attend. You've been playing some games with the kids. It feels like a little bit board games or card games or things like that. And that brings them a lot of happiness and joy. But he's definitely feeling good about you getting outdoors more, getting more fresh air, some outings, little things like that. Can be short ones, doesn't have to be long ones. But I know that he's bringing that forward as well too. And he's talked about writing love letters. So if you understand, you've been journaling or writing poetry or letters to him as well, to get your feelings out and to get the thoughts out to you, that he's very aware of that too, because I can see the writing. It's beautiful too. And you're coming across things that remind you of him as well. So it's really quite beautiful, really quite lovely too. I'm going to leave you with his love, Amy. But thanks for being here today. I'm glad that you came too. And I'm glad that he was able to come through for you again today. So that was very beautiful too. And a beautiful red rose for you from a symbol of his love. So I'm going to give that to you. Okay, my darling. All right. I'm going to leave you with that, Amy. Thank you. Yeah, I know. That's because he's right there with you right now. He's in a new place, but really, yeah, I know exactly. That's the beautiful thing, Amy, is they can be in spirit world and be right next to you at the same time because the spirit world isn't far away. It's literally right here. It's almost like think of a hologram. Do you ever see those stickers, Amy? And they're like a hologram. And if you just turn it a little bit, you see a different picture. That's what it's like. That's how close spirit world is. It's a slightly different dimension. So it's like, that's why, that veil really isn't nearly as thick as we think it is, right? Because they're here. The spirit world and the physical world are very much intertwined. The separateness is an illusion. So, but you're figuring that out. So good on you, my darling. You're amazing too. So thank you, Amy. So I will leave you with his love, darling. He's all of his kisses. Okay. Have fun getting the fresh air and sunshine. He wants that for you. Okay. Thank you. So Richard, if we can get the comments rolling again, thank you, love. What a beautiful, fun time we're having today. My goodness. My heart is so full. Terry, yes, you can. Okay, my love. Are you good if I pull a card for you, Terry? I want to get in my rose deck and pull a card for you too from the Rose Oracle. All right, Miss Terry, let's see what I have. How have you been, by the way? Are you doing well? Okay. I'm seeing the first thing I'm seeing for you, Terry, and I'm rubbing my nose with that is I'm seeing the space, basically the starry night sky. So, and it's a beautiful black velvet sky with all of the little twinkly stars in there. And that's like the first thing I'm getting. So I know your connection to the cosmos, to the universe, to the all that you see when you go up looking at the stars and you feel the spirit around you and you feel your own spirit and your own power. I know this to be very, what I want to say is profound and potent. So that's like the first thing they're bringing me is this connection to. I feel like I want to go to Saturn and Neptune and Pluto for you too. So there's something with the interplay of these three planets for you too. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're showing up in your chart and your astrology, but those three planets, there's something about them. I'm not an astrologer or an astronomer. So that's about as good as I can do with that too. But I know I get those for you as well too. I also want to say I want to go to Sagittarius too as an important sign for yourself or somebody that you're connected to. That's the beautiful adventure sign too. It's a beautiful fire sign that has to do with loving travel and adventure and everything too. So it feels like definitely like a fresh start for you too. And like you are finding new ways to do things and you're finding new ways to like see yourself in life. So this has been very much of a journey for you in these past few months of knowing more about you and seeing yourself in different ways and experiencing yourself in different ways, Terry, because you were so multidimensional. With that, I'm gonna pull your card, my darling, and I'm getting the return. And there we go. It just validates what I just said. The return, it says a new story, you decide, alignment, and it's coming together. And this is your beautiful card. So I hope, can we see that, Richard? Are you able to see it on your end? I just want to make sure that I'm putting it up close. I hope you can see that, Terry. It's really, really beautiful. Oh, you're the Sagittarius. Well, I did a good job on that one. Thank you, Spirit, for helping me with that too. And I'm going to give you one more card. And this is, my love, the Mystic Rose, which is compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. There we go. That goes very well with your reading of what I was just saying from Spirit. You're looking at yourself in different ways. That is so beautiful too. So there's your second card. So I'm so happy for you. This is a beautiful time for you right now of just opening up to, like, I want to say is the blossoming of you, the flower, the rose that you are too. And you're just like, no, all these petals were in me, but look at that. So it's just this beautiful blossoming for you too. And the sun shines on you so gently. It doesn't want to like overpower you. It wants to give you just enough of that light and that warmth so that you can flourish and you can bloom too. And then the water comes in too, and it gives you just enough so the soil stays moist. It doesn't get too dry. It doesn't get too soggy. So it's like you have all the different elements right in play for you right now to it, like the ingredients are all in a beautiful harmony for you to just keep like bursting up into the light just like that. So it's really quite beautiful. And then at night, that comes in too, and the air comes in and makes sure it's not too cold and it's not too hot. It's just the right amount to kind of cool you down after a nice warm day too. So it's a very, what I want to say is elegant time for you this year. And so enjoy the elegance of the night because that beautiful deep velvet in the sky, that's like the same color as the womb, it's transformative too. But then you got all the twinkly lights saying, don't worry, we can still see. There's so much to be discovered here. It's very mystical, it's very magical too. Um, I also want to bring in a little bit of dragon energy for you too that comes forward too. And what that helps you to do is to be more assertive for yourself in life. So you're able to speak up more for yourself when you need to. Because I know you're quite sensitive as well. So the dragon comes in and just sits on your shoulder and lets you know, ooh, time to speak up a little bit more, time to be a little bit more assertive. And that's okay to do. So I hope that's helpful. But you have such a beautiful heart. It's very, very pink. It's very, very open. And I see a lot of angels around you too. So I hope that brings you some love and light and happiness here today, Terry. So I'm gonna leave you with that. And thank you. Thank you for being here today. Okay. Yay, that was fun. Okay. Okay, Richard. Yeah, we all should, Terry. I know it's a lifelong effort, but we all get there. We all get there. You're gonna get there, girlfriend. Okay. Okay. All right. So if we could get the comments rolling again. Ah, Shaz Fairy, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Fairies are always welcome. I'm gonna pull you a card, Shaz, just because you came in with your fairy energy. So hold on, let me see. I got my fairy cards right here. So I just have to, you got to make friends with Fran because she's our little fairy queen too. So all right, so let me see what they give for you too. Um, Beautiful. The fairies are giving you financial flow. So if you've been wondering like when you're going to get a little bit more assistance from spirit in that area too, they are bringing that to you by way of opportunities, by surprise things happening as well, and things just kind of falling in your favor. So I'm very happy about that for you as well too. So let me see what else they want to give you. They also give you family harmony as well. So if there's been any discord here or there, they are helping to bring some healing and some more, what I want to say is lightheartedness, telling me that some people maybe been taking things a little bit too seriously or seeing things from a more limited perspective, and they are helping to kind of open that up for you too. So I'm going to leave you with that and with a couple messages from the fairies too. And thanks for being here and bringing that energy because it makes me very, very happy when that happens. So it makes me very giggly and happy. So thank you, Shazray. So happy to see you here. Okay, Richard, let's see who else we can help with today. If you could get the comments rolling, thing. And you guys are friends. That's lovely. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you. Oh, look at all the love. Rosemary, you would love a card. Let's give you a card, Rosemary. Yes. Okay. Let me see. All right. I'm going to go with the Energy Spirit Oracle cards for you too, Rosemary. And how are you doing today? You have a lot of blue around you too, so there's a lot to do around communication for you right now, too, that you've been working on. So you've been really trying to, what I want to say is keep the dynamic flowing in the different relationships that you have in your life. It feels like this has just been very active for you right now. So there's a lot of blue in communication. And I'm feeling like also a connection with music around you is important too, because you're getting messages in the music and you're learning things and hearing things. There's also certain songs that give you frequencies, and there's what I want to say healing in some of the words that you're hearing too that they bring forth for you, Rosemary too. Okay, so Rosemary, the first card that I've got for you is the Shamanic Healer, and it says a cleansing and attunement is number 17. Okay, so what that is that letting you know that spirit is providing you what I want to say is a very grounded healing process for you too, to help you feel very like grounded and integrated and empowered in your body too. So I feel like that's very important to you. So it's really of a kind of another rebirth cycle that they're bringing here for you too. That is a great kind of healing to have, because when we're fully present, not just up here, but throughout the whole system of your energy system and your auric field, you will feel so much better. You'll feel much more safe. You'll feel much more confident. You'll feel much more able to communicate effectively too. Glad to hear that you're doing well. The next card I'm going to give for you too is Archangel Raziel, number 10. and it's wisdom, inspiration, and Akashic records too. So once we get in that nice grounded presence, you're able to receive that communication, those downloads from spirit, even easier than you did before, and with more clarity and with more vibrance as well. So I know this to be very important too. The Akashic records is letting me know also that you are finding an affinity for understanding yourself in relation to what I want to say is your higher self, your soul, and other lifetimes that would be connected to you as well. And what they might have to teach you as well. So there's been a little bit of interest in that, a little bit of feeling into that too, of how that has played a role into who you are today and how you feel, think, and live your life today as well too. Um, so I like to call that just another tool in your toolbox of your know thyself process. But you're doing really, really well, Rosemary. I just feel spirit being very, very proud of you too, and let me know that you're doing really well. The last card they give you is the healing heart, love, acceptance, and romance too, to let you know that love is around you as well too. So this beautiful golden heart. And I know that you are somebody who freely gives love to others too, even if it's not always returned in kind. You keep on giving, and that is how you're built, and that is how you're made. So if anyone were to tell you, like, don't do it that way, you just keep doing you. That's what I hear spirit saying for you, Rosemary. Is you just keep doing you and being you, beautiful self. Little white kitty cat that's coming in for you as well. To bring you love and joy and happiness too. But it's very, very distinct, this little white kitty cat. So if you don't have one here and in spirit, then know it's coming in as a spirit animal for you, but very cute, very graceful, and very like like this, cute, petite, graceful, like that, bringing in happiness and joy to you too. I do feel as if you're going to have a future outing coming up where you're going to be purchasing a necklace for yourself that's going to be symbolic of where you are in your journey right now to help you have that kind of connection with self. So I hope that's helpful for you, Rosemary. I want to thank you for allowing me to read for you and draw the cards for you too. So thanks for being here, Rosemary. Very good to see you again. Okay. Richard, can we keep going? Thank you. There we go. Hi, Christine. Hi, Anne. Miss Annie, let me give you a message here too, and then I will get to Jurga after you. I don't know if I pronounced right. Annie, how are you, love? Nice to see you. I'm gonna draw a card for you from the Rose deck too. Oh, you got a lot of beautiful energy around you too. It's very like I want to say it is red, orange, yellow. You have all those colors around you right now that are coming in for you too. So they're bringing a lot of the power and a lot of the fire and a lot of the momentum of moving forward in life too. Big connection with music for you as well, Annie. I know this to be important to you. That the spirit is communicating to you through the music that you're listening to. So I know that is to be very important. This includes music you might hear in other places too, not just the what's on your phone that you're listening to with your AirPods and so forth too. And they're working in like with your car, all those kinds of things. So I know that to be very important, Annie. With that, I'm going to draw a card for you too, and they're saying yes, this is the one. So I'm going to give you this card, Annie, and it's called the Breathing Rose, and it says heart healing, emotions, connection, and time eases. So they're giving that to you too. So this is letting me know that you have moved forward in your process when it comes to like love and your heart and those kinds of things. This feels to me like this is something that's already been in process and in play for you too. And now you're really coming up to where you're like, oh, like breathing fresh air again and like looking forward to a new start on a new day. And I feel like this is very helpful for you too. I feel very much of when I say is grandfather energy coming in for you, Annie, too. I'm feeling very protective of you too and very lively as well. But I know he comes in, he shows me being up here too, and he comes in. He's very wise and very, very present, and he's bringing you some downloads of information to help you on your path and on your journey, Annie. I hope this is helpful for you, my love. And I also know that from spirit world, I see your helpers as well around you too. And they are helping you in the next step forward. So this next second half of the year, it's going to be picking up and busier for you and having new opportunities and exciting things happen for you. But right now they're just like doing this but they're definitely doing this too for you too. They're giving you a little nudge, 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 nudge. And you're kind of like, okay, oh. So it's a little bit of back and forth, and they're like, no, no, nudge, 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 nudge. But they're going to be say you're so happy that you did, and and you're just going to be like on the swing, flying high, on the swing because they're showing you on the swing, flying high, just like you did when you were a kid, and you're reclaiming that youthful spirit again now of swinging high in the air too, like you have a cape on you, and you're like, look at what I can do, look how high I can fly. So I know that was very important for you. I feel very excited about that for you. I get a lot of chills with that for you too. So beautiful read for you too. Yeah, he loved you, darling, too, and he'll give you a big old smack like this, and you'll be like, "Oh, grandpa," you like so tight like this too. But he's very, very, very happy, very, very proud of you, very present. He comes in very present and a dignified man. He had values, he had morals, he always believed in doing the right thing. And I know that he taught this to his family as well. I feel much emotion with that, Annie. I know that's very important, and that's how he raised you, and he's very, very proud of you. He would have been a very spiritual or religious man too, because he kind of does a little prayer hands and kind of bows and respects you as well, not just as your granddaughter, but as a beautiful soul and spirit. All right, my darling, I'm going to leave you with his love and the love of spirit too. Thanks for coming on today. I really appreciate it. And then I wanted to get to Jurga. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly too. You've had a tough time lately and you've been down. Okay, let's see if we can help to boost your spirit too. Okay. Um, do you understand anything about dancing? Because I'm like feeling this connection with dancing for. I feel like actually, if this is not something that you like to do or have done before, because this is spirits are making me rub my nose. Okay, you understand that too. This is something that will help to what I want to say shift the energy for you with the dancing because it helps to move your body, and when you move the body, you move the emotional energy out of your system quicker, right? So the hard part is when you're down, you kind of feel not very motivated to do anything. But so they're trying to push, push, push to help in a good way, good pushing, soft, gentle pushing, but pushing nonetheless to help you kind of get that energy flowing out of your system better. Um, we generally don't like to like ignore our emotions, pretend that they're not there, shove them down or anything like that. But we also don't want to be sitting on them forever either. So it's finding that delicate balance. And so that's why the movement of your body will help it to flow because we have to let the emotions process through our system in the time that they need to. But with the movement, it helps to move the energy out a little bit quicker for you too, to get you feeling better. That also will produce just like happier brain chemicals and things like that too, because you really do connect with the spirit through music and through dance as well. So I do feel encouragement from spirit for that as well. Um, with that, I'm going to pull the from the energy deck for you too and see if we can help. Okay. I did get five for you also, so that lets me know that there's a lot of transition happening right now too. So that's one of the reasons that you're feeling the way you do is because, and I'm rubbing my nose. There you go. And you love the dancing. Thank you. Thank you for the validation. I appreciate that, love. And what I'm going to say is with the fives, that's a very transformation energy. And so when we're going through a lot of change, whether it be in our physical reality or in our spiritual self through our growth, with that change, it becomes a grief process of what we once were or who we thought we once were too, because our version of ourself and our vision of ourself changes. And so we kind of mourn what once was. You've never really lost anything, but this seems to be the process that the soul goes through because there's reverence and grace for every life and every part of life that we are. And so if that helps a little bit too, I hope that that does just to know that that's a little bit of kind of what's happening right now too, which means it will pass and you will move through it. So I hope that's helpful for you too. Let me see here too. I'm feeling if you would be willing to also sit with some of your, got a lot of nose rubbing, so I know that they're very much on top of this right now. If you'd be willing to sit with spirit to some music in a little bit of a meditation mode, you can do it outside, you can do it inside, but ask spirit for healing and for guidance. That is a time where you're going to be more open and receptive, and they can do a little bit better job for you too to help you be feeling better to get you that healing. I know that that's very important too. What I want to suggest for you is to when you sit for spirit, in your meditation, just pretend your heart is just a beautiful glowing light that's filling up the room, and that kind of opens your receptivity up, and then you can kind of feel them better. A little trick I want to give you too. So I hope that's helpful for you too. But you're a beautiful, kind person. You always try hard, you always try to do the right thing. It just feels as if you haven't been acknowledged or validated for that. So know that spirit world comes in to tell you that they are giving you that validation that you are a good person and they are proud of you and you are doing everything right and you do have a big, beautiful heart. So I hope that helps to hear. So take that in, and you are deserving and worthy to feel loved and happy and to feel joy. It is within you too, right? And the more you acknowledge that and recognize that it's in within you too, that you will get that reflected back too. It really is important, everybody, too, that we go on the self love journey and we find that love for self. But it's equally as important that we validate that for each other too. So when you see somebody else going through something, or even if it's just a normal happy day, if you take time to give someone a compliment, give someone a validation, reflect something back to them that you know that they are, so they can hear that, they can take that in, and it really helps us grow in love as a society, as a community, as a collective, as a world too. So it's really important because we are mirrors to each other. Everybody is. So it's very important that we be a positive mirror for self and a positive mirror for each other. So that's something we can actively cultivate, like a beautiful garden that we're making, that we keep doing that. We want to mirror positivity towards each other and within ourselves too. So looking in the mirror, giving yourself those compliments. I love you. You're a beautiful person. I really, really love you. I believe Louise Hay was a big pioneer in that. So I hope that helps you. You're very, very welcome. Lots of love from me and from Spirit. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Yes, I understand. Yeah. And that's what goes with the territory when you're, a, compassionate, open-hearted person. Just don't give up on love and keep moving forward, and keep just kind of learning from everything. But remember, all that love that you pour out, pour it into. So think of that light that is you, and think of it turning in and filling within yourself as well. So we do both, right? Or think of that bucket of love that you're giving to everybody else, give that bucket of love into. Does that make sense? So I hope that's helpful too. But you can't stop being you if you're if you're an open-hearted, loving person. You know, who would want to give that up? That's part of your beautiful nature, right? But over time, you'll develop more confidence, and that's going to help you attract people that are more respectful to you as well. So I hope that helps. So thank you for being here, and I hope that lifted your spirits a little bit too. Okay. All right, Julie. Yes, darling. How are you doing today? Let me see. Okay. Okay, my love. I'm going to actually pull fairy cards for you too, because I'm feeling like I've got that energy coming in for you of wanting to give you like sparkle and sunshine and all things magical. So I feel like that's what is coming in for you. If you would be open to that too. The first thing I'm getting for you from the fairies is kindness. So I know that not only are you a kind-hearted person, but I do feel like this is something that you are needing right now. You need people to be reflecting and mirroring kindness to you, to help you to work in within your own sensitivity, if that makes sense for you, Julie. And I know fairies are very playful spirit. They can be a little mischievous at times, but that's not how they're coming in for you now. They're coming in very soft, warm, and loving and sweet. So I know that's very important for you too. But they also want to remind you to be kind to yourself too. They let me know that you're a little hard on yourself too. You don't like to make mistakes. You feel a little bit guilty if you do that. And they're like, no, 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 no. We're all trying the best that we can. The next card they're giving for you, Julie, is dreams come true. So letting you know that your prayers are being heard and they will be answered in the way that is best for you. Sometimes that can take a while, but what I've noticed is there's been times for me where I have put things out there and I was just like, nope, that didn't happen. I thought it was going to. It felt like it was going to, and then it didn't happen. But lo and behold, much later it actually did. So sometimes it's the timing that gets us a little bit frustrated too, because we want what we want now. But there's a lot of things that sometimes have to happen in the in between. So I hope that's helpful for you, Julie, to let you know that your prayers are being heard and answered as well for you too. Um, you have a lot of orange around you too. So this is the color of power. It's also a color of healing. So that beautiful sunny orange, I do feel like those are colors that would be good for you to either eat or wear if that calls to you. If it doesn't call to you, just let that go. But there are a lot of healthy foods with that orange color, and you could even wear a little scarf or a pair of socks or something to just kind of bring that joyful, playful spirit to you too. And then the last card I'm going to give you is the magic of nature from the fairy card too. So reminding you to go outside, get that fresh air, really connect with the trees, the flowers, the birds, the critters out there too, if you are able to, Julie. And this will be very nourishing for your spirit. So I hope that that helps too. But I just feel like there is a lovely little like nature cosmic connection with you and with nature. So like you can just like look at a little bird or a little bug and just be kind of like, I see you, and you know it's alive. You know there's consciousness there. So I hope that's helpful for you, Julie. I want to thank you for being here. And I'll leave you with the love of spirit and all of the delightful fairies as they came in for you for today. So thank you, Julie. So good to see you. I appreciate it. Um, okay, Mel, I will take a look. Your daughter has been seeing a little boy that you believe is in spirit. Is it possible for you to pick up on anything about this? Okay, let me see if they will answer that for me. Your daughter's been seeing a little boy that you believe is in spirit. Possibly picking up too. Okay. This feels to me more like a guide for your daughter, Mel, and guides will often show up as what I want to say is like a child guide or a joy guide because they don't want children to feel scared. So if they came in as this, big older person, they wouldn't want to startle like a young child. So that's what it's feeling for me as I tune into it mediumistically for you, Mel, that this is more of a helper or like a guardian angel that's coming in like in child form to be just friends with your daughter, if that makes sense too. Now your daughter has the choice of what she wants to do with that. So if it's making her uncomfortable, she could just say, no, not right now. You'll have to come back another time. I'm not ready for this. But if she's okay with this, she can just be like, okay, you're my friend, you're in the background, and just kind of leave it with that, if that makes sense. So nothing that you have to like be concerned about or anything like that. As I'm feeling into it too, that's what it feels like for me. That's come through too. There's a beautiful pink light that goes around your home too. So there's a lot of love in the home, and there's a lot of beautiful life in the home. There's a lot of life in your home too. So, and that's in a very good and positive way because you fill it with that. You fill it with the love of life and living and moving forward. So I hope that's helpful for you, Mel. That's how I'm picking up on it for you and for her too. But definitely you guys are intuitive. There's no question about that. So I hope that helps with that too, to give you that little bit of feedback. And I'm not sure if you're still here, but let me know if that helps. But I want to thank you for asking and for being here too, Mel. Okay. I appreciate you very much. Okay. Richard, see if we can get the comments rolling. Dorothy, yeah, I'm going to pull a card for you. And okay, Dorothy. All right. Now you've got a lot of beautiful violet coming in. Forgive me, I just dropped a couple cards, but I know that they're important, so that's why I wanted to pick those up. You've got a lot of violet. It's matching your prayer hands and your heart that you have on here, love too. But this is letting me know that there has been a lot of communication from spirit world coming in for you. So they've really been trying to communicate with you. They've really been trying to let you know that they're around your loved ones and your helpers, your angels, and so forth, to let you know, like, we're here, we're here, we're here. So just know, trust that you are intuitive and trust that you do have a lovely connection to spirit. I feel it's very important. Dorothy, let me know that you're still here too. It's important I receive your feedback, but I also do feel like there's a lovely, what I want to say is spiritual connection of religious nature. So to what I want to say is like ascended masters for you too, that there's that spiritual connection that too, and you feel that connection historically or with I want to say is ancestrally too. You feel that connection if we were going very, very far back in time with that as well. Two cards for you here too. Okay. So one is for you, Dorothy. It's called the Bud, and it's called potential, promise, it's about to happen, and keep going. So this is letting you know there's been that kind of like incubation period, and then it's time to kind of like bloom. So we're getting out of the incubation period. And then the next card, Dorothy, is come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. So that's the next step. You've been in the incubation phase, and now it's time to be open to receive. Let all that light in, let the birds come, let the bees come, and enjoy the beautiful, what I want to say is symbiosis with that too, that you will have with the love of life and spirit and all of the love that is around you. But there's definitely kind of like this Mother Mary kind of connection that comes in for you as well, bringing in that, what I want to say is divine frequency love. So that connection is for you as well too. It's a very sacred heart that I get around you too. So you must be very devoted to your spiritual practice. I just feel like I do want to pray with you too. And I feel white doves around you too, just bringing you that peace and that connection with spirit as well. I feel like it's very important. A little bit off the wall here, Dorothy, but I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose, but I'm feeling like they're showing me something with salt. So I'm not sure if we've been overindulging in salt or if we need a little bit extra salt, but there's something about that they're bringing forward that feels to be a bit imbalanced. So if you're been using it a lot, perhaps cutting back would be helpful. Or if you're have none, perhaps you need more or you need a different variation, because salts can come in the form of like calcium and magnesium and things like that. So something to perhaps bring up with your doctor. But sometimes those kinds of salts can help with the muscles, with sleeping, if we've had any like Charlie horses or things like that. That's just from background knowledge that I'm giving you too. So if it resonates, great. If not, you can let that go. But there's something with the salt that they bring forward too. And I do feel like they just want to shower you with rose petals, so you feel that like motherly love. So I hope that's helpful for you, Dorothy. I'm really happy that you are here today. And I'm going to leave you with the love of spirit. So with that, it is going to be 1:11 in just a minute here in California. So that's a good time to say thank you, everybody, for being here. I want to give you all of my gratitude and open-heartedness for trusting me with your messages, for holding space with each other, and just for showing up here today, because just for showing up, you're in the healing energy with spirit. So even if you don't get a message today, there was something in the other messages that was for you to receive too, but you're in the healing energy of spirit. Yes, you sure can. Let me get that box for you too. I've got it right over here. But I wanted to make sure I put that out there too, because when we just show up, you're in the group energy of the collective energy, and there's a lot of spirit around. So you're getting healing, you're getting, gifts from just being here and listening and watching. So this is the box. It's called Healing with the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. They're probably out of print. So you may be have a little bit of a challenging time finding them, or they may be really costly too. But I wish you the best of luck with that. You never know if they're meant for you. Spirit may help you find them, in a bookstore, like a used bookstore or something like that. So I wish you best of luck with that. But yes, you're very welcome, and thank you for asking. So with that, all of my love to you. We will be back on Love Connects in 2 weeks. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for holding space for each other. And I leave you with all of my love and enjoy. We've got summer coming up in just a couple of days, so please enjoy the warm sunshine. All my love to you. Bye, everybody. Thank you.